Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talk Football Live, another episode of our wonderful show. Today we have the regular ABC crew, Ayo, Biodun, and Charles, and we have our super duper regular Liverpool hosts, Liverpool guest, Ola Lobzy. Welcome to the show, everyone.
Thanks,
Yes.
guys.
Yep.
All right, as usual, we're grateful for viewers and we're grateful to get more viewers. So please share this with your friends and loved ones. Also subscribe, hit the subscribe button below. And also turn on the notifications so you know when we upload a new video. All right, everyone. Today, we are talking about the big game of the weekend. Arsenal versus Liverpool. We have Ayo and Biodun representing Arsenal today in the green corner, slightly green. And we have Ola Lobzy, as usual, in the Liverpool.
The Indaboski.
And as usual, Ola is ready to take on more than one person. He doesn't care. Bring as many people with a one-man army and is ready to fight. All right, so of course, we also have to give a shout out to last weekend's recording where Benga and I talked about Chelsea defeating Liverpool, and Ola said, no, it's not going to happen based on history. And Ola was right. We are here to admit that, yes, we were wrong. Ola was right. Liverpool defeated Chelsea 2-1. And hopefully they can do the same to us now. Anyways, moving on. Biodun, let's start with you. Arsenal, Liverpool. Arsenal, in the past 2 seasons, Arsenal have really been doing good. They've been second consecutively. So it's easy to say they've been doing better than Liverpool overall. But do you think that Liverpool is top of the table right now and they just beat Chelsea, so they have the momentum going? Arsenal unfortunately just lost to Bournemouth. What do you think will happen in this game, considering Arsenal has the best centre-back pairing in the league? It's been said for the past 2 years, Saliba and Gabriel. But considering Saliba is going to be out because of the red card, how do you think this game is going to pan out? And how do you think the coach can fix that to make the defense still solid and perform against Liverpool? Build over to you.
Oh, thank you. It's going to be a tough game for Arsenal. And just to correct some of the facts, right now this season, Liverpool has the best defense. So Arsenal is going to be playing against the best defense in the league. Fortunately, Saliba is out.
He's still young, Biodun. I was talking about the past 2 seasons. On record, Arsenal had the best defense.
We're talking about the current situation, right? You asking me about a game that is going to happen, right?
Okay,
so
go ahead.
I don't know how the records of 2 seasons ago or last season help you in this way, right? We're talking about the current situation of the team. Saliba is also out, so you're gonna have to play with what you have. There are options. I actually think Arteta now has a headache that he has to deal with between now and Sunday because Calafiori went out of the game injured, and we don't know whether he's fit to play. We're also waiting on Timber's fitness, and nobody knows whether he's going to be fit to play the game or not. I have said it. Kure is not a first team player anymore.
Okay.
And he, he's been disappointing in recent games. He also didn't play well against Bournemouth. So putting our faith in the hands of Kure, definitely that's trouble. I don't think he will also want to play Zini against Salah. That's another problem. I think we have options. It just depends on who is the best person to play on Sunday. And I would say the options are, if Timber is fit, we might have an option to probably play Timber on the left and keep Ben White on the right, and have Calafiori pair with Gabriel if he's fit.
Okay.
Timber has also played centre back. You can also play Timber and Gabriel as centre backs. That's an opportunity. That's a possibility. He does not have the height, but he can jump. The reason I say that is you need a physical player. I don't think Jota will be fit enough to start or play the game. So that gives the opportunity to Nunes to start. That's a physical player and that's a chaotic player. Saliba and Gabriel would have been a good match. But in this case that you don't have Saliba, you need somebody physical and aggressive like Timber and Gabriel to play together. That would be my preference if Timber is fit. But I don't know. So if that happens, you keep them, then you can play Calafiori if he's fit also on the left and keep Ben White on the right. That should give us some balance in the defense. I don't think Odegaard is fit to return. So definitely we still don't have Odegaard. We're going to have to play Partey. Partey played against Liverpool during the preseason. He didn't get his rhythm until the second half. It's going to be against Liverpool that I think they're going to play high block. I don't think they're going to play a low block. It's probably going to be a mid block or high block. That's what I expect. And the reason is because if you watched Bournemouth game, if you're a very intelligent manager, just do the same thing that Bournemouth did. They pressed upward and they put somebody on Partey so that Arsenal could not play from the back. Today, Arsenal play through Partey. They play with Partey. If you can block Partey, it's difficult for us to play from the back. So I would expect a very great challenge against us. Somebody on Partey that will not allow us to play. Gravenberch is in a very good form this season, so that's going to be difficult. And you don't have Odegaard that can maneuver. I don't know if Havertz will drop and keep Trossard in front to do that because I think Havertz is tall, physical, and he can challenge Gravenberch. Putting Trossard in that position, he's been losing the ball a lot more. And I fear again playing Trossard in the middle and he loses the ball and it creates a problem. So honestly, I don't see us having a very good chance against Liverpool. And I've said it. The last game didn't inspire me. The Champions League game didn't inspire me. I think it's a 50-50 chance. But if I will pick a team that probably will snatch a win, unfortunately, Liverpool could snatch a win. But if we play with our spirits and we'll play with every confidence and fight because we are home and we are Arsenal, I think we can still get the 3 points. But I'm not confident.
Okay. Thank you, Biono. Thank you, Biono. I like the way you went from back to midfield to the front, breaking down, change adjustments that can be made to help win the game. With a little less optimism than I expected. I guess you're still recovering from the Bournemouth game. But Ayo, let me go to you. I need more optimism from you. You understand? Tell me, regardless of what's going on with us now, the captain is out, Saliba, the best defender, is out. You don't know who you're going to pair with who. How can Arsenal win this game?
Okay, so in the last video, I said something right. I said you have to go back to 2021 to see when last Chelsea had beaten Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you similar stats. The last two home games against Liverpool, Arsenal has won. So the difference, though, is now we're in the Slot era, and Slot is doing well. So now it looks like it's going to start to be a three-way battle between Arteta, Pep, and Slot. So we're not yet sure what we'll see in the Arteta versus Slot battle. Towards the end of his time, it looked like Arteta had figured Klopp out. That's where we'll put it, because even when we went to Anfield, we didn't lose those games. Those games ended in draws. So now we're coming into Slot. How can Arsenal win this game? Well, it's almost impossible to replace Saliba, because when you look at his numbers, it's his numbers just stand out above practically every other central defender in the league in terms of recoveries, in terms of his tackle success rate. He hardly tackles, but when he tackles, I think his success rate this season stands at 90%.
Yep.
So it's almost impossible to replace. My preference would be that Timber is his replacement if he's fit, because I'm not so convinced when I've seen Ben White in that central defense role. He's good, but he's not elite when we face elite teams. And so that's my worry. I would prefer Timber in that role. If Timber is fit, I think Liverpool will struggle, because I think we have a better midfield that will dominate Liverpool's midfield. Liverpool's team this season is very good, because I think what Slot has brought to them is they now have the balance of being able to control possession as well as being able to do a high press when necessary. So it's going to be a really good battle. I'm looking forward to it. I'm optimistic that there's a chance that we'll win. If Saliba was fit, I would have felt a whole lot more confident, because it means we're solid in the back and we have Havertz up front, who is doing everything needed to knit midfield and attack together right now for us. But we're missing Saliba, we're missing Odegaard, we're missing Saka. It's three of the best players in the team, arguably.
Yep.
We have options everywhere, but those three names, if they're fit, they usually start. So that's the only concern going into this fixture.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure that was more optimistic. Maybe a little bit. But let's go to the king of optimism, Ola Lobzy. who already called the win for Liverpool even before we started talking. But
So
Ola, so realistically, we know, like Ayo pointed out, the three best players are out. Saliba, Odegaard, and Saka are all out.
okay.
So yeah, we can say maybe you guys will beat them easily or not so easily. But leave all that fluff out and tell me exactly how you think your team is gonna come out against Arsenal to get a result without
Um,
dissing the weekend Arsenal team.
I've never seen two supporters uh, would who would rate their team as this bad without three players. It
You,
seems like, oh, we are about to lose, but let us give you the reason why we're going to lose.
I said don't diss
Even
them.
though
Just
even though the team is called the Arsenal team, they've been trying to replicate what Klopp would have done. Like, oh, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league back to back seasons. And when it's maybe 4 games to the end, and we still see the same result. Yeah, they just dropped the ball. I would always say you cannot compare a consistent team with an inconsistent team. There is a consistent team that has been reigning since 2016. Even when they are bad, we know that okay, maybe a little hiccup, right? Then they get back to normal schedule and they get back to where they're supposed to play at the highest point. But we have a team that maybe they just started like 2 seasons ago and they feel that they will be there. And like I said over the weekend, everyone said, "Oh, Liverpool was going to lose. They're going to beat us 4-2." And I told you confidently, I said, "I don't care the statistics. We are better. Been consistent. We make less mistakes. You can even compare the record this season. How many goals have we really considered in the Premier League? How many goals have we really considered? 3 goals. Every other team can count more than 3 goals going into their net, right? They came here, the two Arsenal fans, said, "Oh, Saliba is out, Saliba is out, Saliba is out." Did Saliba know he was going to play Liverpool in like 2 weeks or the next game? He knew about it, but he was like, "Oh, let me get out of the game so that they don't blame me for losing. So let me just take this red and run with it." Then the next thing they said, "Oh, Saka would rescue the team for us." One thing I would give kudos to Arsenal for was that, like I keep saying it, when you play a certain coach over and over, you kind of understand his game. So you better prepare your team to play their style of game, right? And you get to win some, you lose some. When it mattered, I'm not going to lie to you. When it mattered, Klopp won Arsenal. I don't care whether you've learned the way you play. When it really did matter to play Arsenal to win, we won Arsenal. So it's not a question of, oh, the game has just been very close. When it mattered, did they win? Yes. When it mattered for Arsenal to win the league, did they win? No, they flopped it. So when it mattered, did we do what we were supposed to do? Yes. At this point, it seems like they've already considered they're going to lose this weekend, but that's not the way it usually works. Oftentimes, the teams that are underrated towards the end are the ones that ends up performing a lot better. The moderator is trying to tell me to wrap up, but I ain't gonna wrap up because why?
I need to respond to Ola Charles.
oh, I
Liverpool,
know, I can tell.
Liverpool would show that they have been consistent. They've been the best in the league with better defense. Although this is now what is now going to be different on Saturday. In as much as they mentioned 3 players are out, where our star keeper is out too. Our star keeper is out. So that's the advantage they have over the rest. But you can't count him out because he still plays at the highest level. So in all this conversation or all this talk I've been having, I keep saying it. our games are similar because we played closer every time. It's the same way after Liverpool played Man City over and over and over. We just got their style of play and say, oh wait, this game should be close. It shouldn't be the distance shouldn't be far any longer, you know. But now we know that this game over the weekend, I call it the same style of the same way we play Chelsea is going to end up the same way with Arsenal.
Okay. Ola, thank you very much. Well, dropped a lot of points and non-points, but Ayo, I couldn't read Biodun. I didn't know if Biodun has any response, but I could tell you have a response and you have a lot to say. So please fire on.
I have responses. So I'll just point out in all this news about Arsenal dropping the ball, Arsenal dropping the ball. Let me remind you all that the person we are all going against is Pep Guardiola.
Exactly.
How long was Klopp at Liverpool? Was it 9 years? And how many times did he win the league in that time? One time. So one time in 9 years, right?
Once during COVID.
One time.
He won the Champions League.
Oh, we're not talking about the Champions
We're
League.
talking about the
He
Premier
won the
League.
Club World Cup.
We are talking about the EPL.
He won the Carling Cup.
You mentioned Liverpool beating Arsenal when it matters. There's only one time you've won the league. So if you
when it mattered,
any
did
other
Arsenal
time in that
win?
period, it has been irrelevant for all
Okay,
intents.
Ola, Ayo remains. Let Ayo talk. Let
me respond to what you said. I'm answering your
Ola,
question.
let Ayo talk.
Ola, can you keep your Anfield noise down, please?
When it comes to what matters, we're talking about the Premier League here. And the fact of the matter is you won it only one time in that 9-year period. Arsenal has
not won it
with Arteta.
Ola, please keep quiet.
We are trying to win the league as well. We're in the process.
Keep quiet.
If Salah was out, if Van Dijk was out, and then you are also now missing Alisson, you could say yes, okay, maybe the squads are balanced. The fact of the matter is Arsenal is missing their 3 best players. But that aside, our squad is still now balanced and well equipped. I think we're at the point where even that notwithstanding, we have players that are still able. So it's not a walkover. It's not like we're going into this game and we're saying, oh, it's a walkover and we're ready for defeat. No, Arteta said it. Come Sunday, we will be flying. Those were his words. We will be flying. So don't get too excited yet. Don't think this is just a done deal and it's over. Okay?
Okay.
Can I respond?
No, hold on. You can't respond yet. You've had your time. Yes. I was coming to you, Biodun. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say. I just wanted to say, whoever listened to what Ola said, you might as well just delete that from your memory because that's not an analyst talk. That's just like something anybody on the street will talk. That's just basically boasting. The question was analyze. Tell us how you're gonna win. You even failed to tell me. Even I actually gave you points as how Liverpool could set up and still have an upper hand. You couldn't even talk about that. You went on rambling and talking about superiority. That's okay. You can say all that. That's why an analyst talk. You guys have better players. I recognize that. But again, the game is still the game. I said something. I closed that by saying, if the boys played with determination and the right spirit, they have a chance. But on quality right now, they've dropped quality because their key players are out due to injuries and red cards and mistakes of their own. They need to find a way around that. You have your team that is fit. It's going to be a good game. It's okay if you come there and win, but it's not going to be easy. Come try. Come give it a shot. Liverpool has a good side. They have a good team. The coach is rotating well. He has players that can come in. Your midfield is doing well. I still know that defense has to be tested because I don't think Van Dijk is the best as he used to be in the years. And I need good strikers and players to test him. So I don't know if it's this Arsenal team that will test that, but I think it has to be tested so that you know whether that defense is solid or not. I still don't believe that defense is solid, but so far you've been able to get results and prove that you have one of the good defense right now in the league. So if you want to talk about the players and how you set up and how you win and how you play, stop telling me about, you better. To me, that's how an analyst talk. You can say that, anybody can say that. You're not speaking with facts on how you're going to set up. That's all I have to say.
The battle to watch out for is Martinelli versus Trent. Martinelli is back near to his best. Watch out for that.
So, Ola, before you respond, hear me out. Please listen to my question well before you respond. I want to try a couple of questions to you. You've said you're going to beat us now. Directly or indirectly, you've said it.
Right.
Do you think Arsenal has the chance to get a draw in this game? Yes or no?
No, definitely they do have a chance because they're playing at home, and you should always give them that evidence of doubt that okay, they play at home, they have the fans on their side, and that could result in a draw, like a
Mm.
1-1 draw or something. Um, Not like Arsenal is going to score many goals. It's still going to be 1-1. Nobody's getting that too.
Okay.
Probably 1-1 or something if it was a draw. And also knowing fully well that we don't have the no, our keeper there. The difference between the way I would analyze my team is different from the way Arsenal would analyze the team. I don't pick individual players and say because the player is missing, then the whole team should collapse. No. My coach this season has proven to us that we shouldn't be over reliant on one particular player to perform. And once we get our mind off that, then we can know anybody in the team can perform when you least expect them to perform. Who scored today
Let's
in
see
the
what happens
Champions
when
League?
Salah is out of the team.
It's Nunes that scored today. It wasn't Salah. Salah played, Nunes scored.
Yeah, but
Right?
bench Salah and see what happens.
In the last game against Chelsea, the person that got us the penalty, Curtis Jones, is the same person that scored the second goal. It wasn't Nunes, it wasn't Jota. Jota left the game. We expected Jota to play a good game, but he got injured and he was out of the game, right? So you don't want to place all your bets on okay star players. It's still I could remember this reminds me of the days when Liverpool put their bets on Gerrard and Fernando Torres, and once you have those two individuals in the team not performing, then you can see the reflection on the rest of the team. It doesn't work. But with a new coach comes with a new mentality, and like the moderator earlier said, this is a new Liverpool team. You don't know what you expect on the Saturday. And that's what I expect to be. We don't know what to expect on a Saturday, but what I know is this: Liverpool will win.
Okay. Second question. Second question. Thanks for that.
No,
This is a yes or no
good
question.
point.
Just yes or no. Like, you don't even need to go for that because I have another question
Okay.
after that. Does Arsenal stand a chance of winning this game? Yes or no? Is there
Sure,
any?
they can. Sure, they can.
Okay.
If Saliba, Saka, and all those players play,
We know. Really, really.
like they keep
We
saying
know.
it. They
So
keep saying it.
are you saying we don't have a chance?
We
No,
know
you.
Saliba,
I'm just
Saka.
following what the
Hold
Arsenal
on.
fans have said. They said
Hold
if
on,
those two.
Ola.
Okay.
Hold on. We know Saliba, Saka, and Odegaard are not playing.
Okay.
With that information in mind, does Arsenal stand a chance to win this game? Yes or no?
Yeah, they have other players they can hire.
Okay, moving on. Moving on. I'm not even going to respond to that. Ola, how
Okay.
do you set up? I want to know your starting 11 for this game.
Like I keep saying it. You see,
It does work,
that's one thing. One thing for this season has been unique. We don't have right now. You cannot tell me we have our starting 11 anymore.
I want to hear your
Remember,
starting 11.
oh no, yeah. Before now, the starting 11 was more standardized. Luis Diaz and Mo Salah, Jota. Those guys will be up front. The guys at the back will play. There was one time at the Quincy Mensah, whatever his name is, the defender. He played at the beginning of the season. He made a little mistake. What happened to him? He's been on the bench since ever since, right? Then Kanute has been playing. So it all depends. It's not like it's not a right anymore. It's you play well, you be on the team. Curtis Jones, right? We didn't expect him to be performing at this level now, right? But he's played two consistent games very well, and the coach feels like, oh, I'm comfortable with this guy. You play. That's the way it's supposed to be.
So give me your starting
Can
11.
I
Like
can
I
I
will keep saying it. If okay, should in case the starting 11 doesn't play, then what happens? Do you
It
think I'm
doesn't
going to give
matter.
an
I want to
excuse?
hear your starting 11.
Okay, starting
Who would
11
you start if you
this
were the coach?
last weekend. Okay, starting 11 that passed this last weekend is going to be different from the starting 11 coming this weekend, right? From the back, we have a number two. I can't even really pick because remember
You
the game
can't pick your
Allison was
keeper.
out.
You're going to pick somebody else beside
Yeah, no. So the game Allison was out. I expected Carlisle to play, but Carlisle didn't play. Right? They chose the third goalkeeper. It was just a natural that Carlisle would have been in, right? But he chose the third keeper.
So who
So
would
Maybe
you?
that's because
maybe
Salah was
Carlisle.
ill for that game.
Okay, Carlisle keeper, Van Dijk, um,
Konate.
Kunate.
I don't know. I don't speak for him. But
Simicas played today. Hold on, Simicas played today.
Ola,
I
feel free
think
to
he might
play
repeat
me in
Simicas.
center midfield. You can play me there. Just give us your starting level.
Simicas, okay, maybe Simicas because Simicas played today, right?
As a center back.
Yes, he played. He played in the role of.
So you're gonna play Simicas as center back against Arsenal.
I don't care. He's a Liverpool player.
I'm just asking. Okay, go ahead.
Simicas played. Trent will be at the back. McAllister, Grappenberg, Soboslai. That's midfield. The three guys. Salah, Nunes in the middle, Luis Diaz on the wing because Luis Diaz is not flying this time around, so he's starting. Maybe in substitute Curtis Jones. Who else again? Substitute. I can't really.
I didn't hear.
Jota will be in substitute if he's back. Jota will be in substitute.
I didn't hear who your left back is going to be. I know you played Trent, Simicas, and Van Dijk. I'm assuming you said Simicas will be in centre back. So who will be your left back?
Robertson is also playing. Robertson is also playing on. I thought
you are not playing Konate for what reason?
What?
Why are you not playing Konate?
I mentioned Konate now. I said Van Dijk, Konate.
Where is Simicas playing? Left back?
What do you mean?
Give me your 4 defenders real quick.
Van Dijk, Konate, Trent, Robertson. Simicas could play because he played today again.
Okay, so they could play. I just want a definite response.
That's what that's exactly where I started my preface. I said something. I said the coach has not consistently shown the starting 11 this season. He's rotated players based on.
I think the last point is it could be Simicas, it could be Robertson at left back.
Exactly.
He's trying to make.
Okay, but who would you pick, Ola? Who is your choice?
That's the question.
So who would be what would be my question? Maybe
Baba say maybe again.
Robertson. It will be Robertson because experience.
Okay, we'll look forward to who's gonna play on that day. Thank you very much for all that, Ola. So far, Ola is claiming victory, but he also said Arsenal can win, Arsenal can draw. Ayo and Biodun, they believe Arsenal has it in them to win, but they know the best players for Arsenal are out. On that note, any final comments before we wrap up? Ola, you've given a lot.
I just want to say something. I hear Ola's points. I get what he's saying. Like the new coach has a style of trying to build a system, which is what Guardiola did, right? Build a system and anybody can slot into the system. But we also need to understand and accept the fact that there is no how much money you have as a club. There is no club in this world that can rotate all the 11 players. Some players still hold the starting lineup. And today for Liverpool, Van Dijk is one of those players that if he's fit, will play all the games. You know that. You don't have a centre-back to play. You don't have 2 centre-backs to play without having Van Dijk. If it's missing, you know that for sure. The other thing that I will mention is right now, Gravenberch looks like he has a permanent shed. And you know that as well. He's benched Wataru Endo. If you like, you can play Wataru Endo against me. I will be very lucky. And I will be glad to see him.
He could play.
That, right? I hear you. I hear your point. But I'm telling you that no matter how much a coach is trying to introduce rotation, there are players that hold and have the starting shed. Same thing with Man City until they were forced to make that change because of injuries to KDB and Rodri. And you can see what's going on with them. So you need to respect what we're saying around Saka, Odegaard, and Saliba. It's the same thing across the board. There are other positions that we can bring an Arsenal player because it's Arsenal. I get your point. But quality pass quality.
It's
And
like saying
Liverpool pass
Palmer is
Liverpool
out.
pass Arsenal.
again, that's a different conversation. We're just talking about the game. We'll find out who wins. Whatever happens, it's not the end of the season, even though I have my own reservations of what that means to the chances of winning the league. But it's just a game, and they will continue to play the rest of the game and see what happens at the end of the day. Liverpool started very well last season. You crumbled towards the end. Remember that.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Ola, thanks for joining us again. Ayo and Biodo, thank you as usual. Arsenal, Liverpool, Sunday. We are looking forward to it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a good night.